Welcome back to another RTG with the Footy Fellas. Season's underway with some big goals, big signings, and even bigger celebrations on episode 2 of our Road to Glory. Welcome back to another Road to Glory. Last time we left you, Philadelphia was still figuring out which team he wanted to manage. And to do this, he took to social media. Let's hear what he had to say.
So excited to start this journey with the Kickers. Time to #write our own script.
That's extremely rare footage of him speaking, because usually he just reports out on social media. Wants to make a name for himself, feels like the Kickers is the right place to do it, bring him back to glory, and football's back. Nice smell in the air.
Woo! Everybody's excited. Look at the photographers getting a lowdown on the new coach. First things first, of course, we need to set up a scouting network. So we put our scouts out in the world, and we decided to go after the markets in Italy and Belgium. I think there'll be a lot of talent out there.
That's the hope. That's the hope, at least, because we have some money to work with. Not a ton, but about $4 million in transfer budget. So good to keep an eye on as we try to make some moves early on in the season.
Now, we needed to check in on our own youth academy that exists, and the most promising talent we have at the moment is Tamir El-Deeb, a.k.a. El-Dab.
El-Dab. Very excited about him. We also recognize there might be others out there, and we're a better place to find that youth talent than the United States of America.
Gold. Now, we needed to upheld a couple goals given to us by the board, namely to reach the round of 16 as well as not fail.
Not suck. They kind of told us to not suck in the league.
So let's meet the squad. Up top we have Munzie. He's going to be a mainstay up top. Toko in the middle, tons of energy. And then our left back, our captain, Fike. In goal we have Geifer, the gaffer. An unbelievable talent. Not really. And then one thing you need to know about our players is that you can actually adjust what they train on so that they can flex into skills that they are more apropos to. So in this instance, if we wanted to make Hagel, our 31-year-old defender, a ball-playing defender, we could.
Taking a look at the squad more holistically, we got a lot of guys running out of contract. So a lot of guys in the last year of their contract, including Eric Verstappen, one of our reserve keepers. The name might sound familiar. Maybe reminds you of Max Verstappen, famous F1 driver.
Vroom, vroom.
Are they related? We don't know. Something worth checking out after the video. We also got a lot of old guys. So the squads need some more an injection of youth, per se, because a lot of our best players are somewhat old.
Greetings, boss. On behalf of the whole team, I wanted to welcome you to the FC Wurzburger Kickers.
That's Fike. He sounds like Philadelphia. Time to see what the team looks like on the pitch, see what we're working with. In our preseason invite, first game's against Ipswich, as Philadelphia tries to make a winning start to his managerial career.
The lights are up. The team's ready.
Boys are buzzing.
I know we're excited. Look at the weather. It's a beautiful day to play Ipswich, the European giants that they are.
Quite the Giants.
Shaking in their boots as Munzie kicks the ball off.
Munzie got us off to quite the start in the 5th minute, firing home. First goal for the Kickers under Philadelphia's reign.
You can say the future is looking bright as he's glancing with his glasses.
Mystical shades. Another opportunity in the 17th minute before Ipswich have one of their own. A lot of fancy footwork in this game. A lot of fancy footwork in the box. And they put one home to tie it up at 1.
It was tough, but not tough enough for our boy Bauman, who broke through the back line and did as he does, finding the netting and heading to the corner for the old Team Selly.
Did as he does, was as he whiz.
Woo, whizzed as he wasn't.
Great to see the bonding early on between the team, and more great things on the horizon as we cross one to Munzie, and he powers home for the 3rd goal to go up 3-1.
Bingo bango.
Here comes the mango.
Thank you.
Footy's happy. Footy's energized. Our defense came out to play in the second half, came ready to defend that lead. Geifer the gaffer is making quite the stops. A couple of big saves to keep us up 3-1. The fans are loving it. Crowd's roaring. And one more chance for Munzie to put in the hat trick late in the game, but his shot whizzes just above the bar.
perhaps an insight that we could use some reinforcements up top. A little more clinicalness, if you will.
Perhaps. We'll have to see how things go for the rest of this tournament, but the future is bright. And next 2 games, we won our group coming out of the tournament, but we lost in the semifinals 2-1 of that preseason tournament. A couple of extra dollars for the treasure chest.
And it's time for preseason. And it's time we snap back to reality.
Most important, though, is training the players, training the lads, because we obviously have a long way to go, as you can see.
And throughout the season, you tend to just simulate through a lot of these trainings. It's important that you actually train them yourselves manually in order to up the grades. If you don't up the grades and you just simulate them, they'll get the lowest grade possible. So what you see is us failing at a lot of these.
A lot of the basics. You know, the boys need to learn how to dribble, defend one-on-one, defend passes, and really up their game if we want to have a successful season. During our preseason, Max was trying to clean off the workout surface and ended up Irish step dancing, so you're welcome.
Look at those moves.
Time to get league play underway. First game against Bochum, footy's hyped, and hopefully the lads are hyped as well.
We're taking questions before we take the field, as is custom in Germany.
Still trying to figure out the language, still trying to figure out what they're asking us, but doing the best we can, to be honest.
Frankly, every time they ask a question, you just guess. It is great that they just give you options. You don't have to just top of your head do it.
Otherwise, we'd be in a tough spot, a tricky spot.
No idea what they're saying.
Yeah. But hopefully the answer is we're excited for the game, because this is our starting lineup. This is the team we're rolling with today. First game of the season. We had promising results in the preseason, but regular season, obviously a whole different animal. And the game kind of started in a stalemate.
It was tough, little back and forth, feeling each other out. The opposing team had a decent strength to it, but nothing that we couldn't handle early on.
Until the 24th minute, which is when they broke through and welcomed us to the league with a strike to the bottom right corner where our defense kind of just got beat, and he celebrates directly in our face, fully welcoming us to the league.
We won't forget that. Now, naturally, we turn to a born leader in Munzie, who, with a good couple touches, jammer home a inaugural goal for the footy regime.
Munzie is the real mate here. He gets these celebrations going. You can know he's in the locker room working on the celebrations with the guys, really bonding with the whole team.
It wasn't long before Bochum came back and enforced their own will, showing us who was a little stronger. But we said, nay, not today, Death, as we lobbed over the top to the Flicker Flacker, who flicked home a delicious goal.
What a beautiful strike. Kind of popped it up to himself. Again, couldn't stay too happy for long. In the 70th minute, Bochum just out-muscled us to go up 3-2, and then piled on. They didn't stop there. They went up 4-2 and 5-2 in the embers of the game, which is where it finished. Unfortunately, footy's obviously disappointed.
We were disappointed. We also didn't know what they said, so we just clicked a button.
Either way, we hope supporters are patient, if that's what they said, because it's obviously going to take time to build up the squad.
Now, before you start to build up, you need to tear down, and for us, that was getting rid of some dead weight. We played another game, and here's a good insight into what the simulator looks like. It's fun, it's interactive. I think it looks like water polo, the way they kind of hold the ball and shift it around.
They're definitely going more of the football manager route, trying to give you more actionable ways to impact the games during the sim, so you can see their fitness levels, you can see the ratings, you can bring players on, sub players in, and feel like you're a part of the action during the sim, which is awesome.
Clearly our team, though, is not, as we gave away a goal or two and couldn't put any in.
And signed the deal on Hemrick. Got rid of him, a couple extra dollars in the bank.
Now, we sent our scouts out looking for specific positions. We knew that we needed a center back. I guess before we hit the center back game, let's talk about the real game we care about, the cup match.
First cup game, DFB Pokal, first match against Zwickau. It's going to be a big one. We're not doing too hot in the league so far, so need to make an impression in the cup.
It's definitely an objective, so it's an objective of ours to at least hit the target when we can.
That's the goal, and here's a goal coming in the 22nd minute. Baumann opening his account. Muncie's had enough of the love. He wants to be on the score sheet as well.
Baumann is Baumann, and it's time that we celebrate with our bomb man.
Because he's balling.
Woo! Hot, like a hot potato.
Crowd's loving it.
Don't pass it, just shoot it.
We're whipping balls in from the wing as well. Newman with a nice cross from the left side gets Baumann another goal to add another tally. Look at this sweet finish with his left as he's getting tripped up, just poking it into the corner.
But, of course, he's also not just a fighter, but he's also a giver as he passes it on to Munzie to get on the board again.
They get one back, but otherwise we take home a 3-1 dub in the first cup match, which is pretty sweet. Just like those pink pants.
Oh, so sweet. I mean, if we don't win on the field, you know that our boy Footy is winning off the field.
This is true. Interesting transfer saga here with Uwerton. Not sure how to pronounce his name, which could be one of the issues, but he's a center back for us, 31 pace.
I mean, he asks, if he can get some more game time, to which we obviously respond politely. We'll think about it.
Footy takes to Twitter to share this cryptic message, and then, not so cryptically, sells him.
Right away. I mean, we can make some money off it. I'm sure he would understand if he were in our position.
So, Uwerton's gone. We need to bring in some new members, but 3 key league matches to get back to first.
Here's our game. Dying embers. We have a team that might be there, but just not enough to get us across the finish line. Traumatic scenes.
He's still haunting our dreams.
We can't forget that ugly mug.
Made a couple of changes to the lineup, bringing in Sane up top and bringing a new center back, but draw the second game out of those 3 and also suffer a pretty bad injury to Flicker, who had that nice goal early on. He's out for 2 months, so we need to do some more digging into right midfielders as well.
I think one of our first bids that we go in for is Luca Netz, a left back, actually, who we're very excited to have join the team. Tons of potential and upward mobility.
He's a big dude, 6'2 or 6'3, so he doesn't have the most pace, but a lot of potential, like Max mentioned. First meeting with him and his agent to figure out how much in wages and other potential signing bonus it's going to cost us to bring Nets on board.
And I'm going to be honest, $450 a week is really cheap.
$450 a week, that's like, for soccer players, that's bottom of the totem pole.
It's literally nothing. We actually felt bad having to deal with that proposal.
We were about to reject and counter and give him more per week because we don't want him to be pissed at us for his agent's poor negotiation skills.
We don't want him coming back in a couple of weeks or months saying, I want a raise. Once we've settled this, we are done, so...
We took the deal because we kind of had to, being the manager and taking care of the club's finances. We had to do it. And we played it cool. We said we're willing to take him on these wages, but it seems like his loss.
And our gain. He made a good first impression, had a couple good passes in his first outing. The net result, perhaps, wasn't what we were...
The Nets result?
The Nets result. That's what I like that.
It doesn't bode well for future results, but we did draw that game 2-2.
What we were all waiting for, transfer deadline day. We knew we had some things that we needed to finish.
Been in the boardroom, drawing up names, sending out offers for a while now, and we got an acceptance of one of our offers for Richards, Chris Richards, super excited about, the young American center back, 20-year-old, currently at FC Bayern Munich 2. We had to bring him in and shore up our defense. That was a huge first signing for us.
Huge first signing. He's also American, so you know that he speaks our language. Clear and concise. What was really going on with our budgets here? I feel like we didn't know what we were really working with.
We realized once the wages were going to be this small, we could allocate a lot more of the transfer budget to buying new players and minimize those wage numbers. And so that opened up a couple of opportunities, including Gio Reyna, which unfortunately that didn't pan out, but one for the future.
Otherwise, we looked at a deal with our boy Aster Vranks. I think I nailed that.
Signed him, huge addition to the center mid position and center of the pitch. Also, Dylan Mbayo at right mid to replace Flecker, who's injured. Another young, promising player at 18. We brought in a couple key guys early on in the transfer window, which felt sweet because we didn't want to be sweating it out in the last couple hours of transfer deadline day.
And what's more is we still have a little cash still hanging around. So come the winter, if we need improvements, we can even add on top of this big haul.
We're looking for suggestions. We brought in 4 guys we think are going to make a big difference. Going to take a look at them now, but leave in the comments below who else you think we should add. Vronks, playmaker in the middle, like we said, pretty quick. Mbayo outright even quicker. Could still work on some of those supplementary skills. Richards and Nets, other big additions as well.
We messed around with some of our play styles, sitting back a little tighter and pushing up forward. Now, there's clearly a big mountain for us to climb as we sit at the very bottom of it.
We are in 18th. That's right. You saw that correctly. How did we get here? Good question. We shined in the preseason tournament, but come August, the start of league play, we struggled. Couple of draws at the end there. Hopefully some momentum for the next couple of months.
Our ascent into greatness.
Footy making a statement to all the Kickers faithful and to all of you. We know we need to be better. We will be better. If you want to make us better, throw us a like, a comment, and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And tune in for a little sneak peek at what's coming next on this road to glory.